there, welcome to a new video, welcome to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Robin and I'm a life coach specialized in helping people through an existential crisis, anxiety, other mental issues, and just in general towards a deep feeling of peace and spiritual connection. Before getting into the topic of this video, if you're struggling with this on a very deep level, so this means if you're having really deep existential anxiety, if you're having very deep anxiety, panic attacks, maybe even deep EDR that comes with that, then I really suggest you to have a look at my online course. I've put together a complete recovery course for how I found peace in this whole existential questioning and how I recovered from anxiety and feelings of deep EDR. So yeah, I won't talk about it too much. All the information is in the description. So just have a look. It's fully refundable. So if you're not enjoying it, if you're not getting out of it what you thought you would, I pay you back 100% of your investment, because it really is a course that's meant to help you, that's meant to make you heal, make you feel peaceful and connected to the world again. So if that's not what it's providing for you, then I just refund you with your money. Why are we here? I remember having this question when I was a child with great wonderment, and then when I got older and I was a young adult and had to start figuring out what I was going to do with my life, this actually just turned into huge anxiety for me. The question, why am I here? What am I supposed to do with my life? And does it even matter what I do with my life? And I think a part of why I struggled with that and why so many people struggle with that is because we are living in a society where the bigger is the better. The more money you have, the bigger things you accomplish, the more people you help or things you do equals to how important your life is. And that is very, very scary because, to be honest, not everyone is going to change the world. Most of us, just like you and me, are just going to go through life being, existing, and just trying to make the most out of it, not really making a huge impact on like maybe even 100 people. And if we think that that is why we're here, because we're supposed to do something big, well, then of course that's going to scare us a lot. But it's not. I'm here to tell you that that is not what is actually making your life meaningful. So to answer the question why we are here, it comes down to two specific things, and why your individual life matters, of course. Two kind of meanings of life. We have the bigger, broader picture of what's the meaning of life in general. And then we have the second part, which is why your life matters as a part of that bigger picture. So why you are here in that bigger purpose of life in general. So let's discuss the first one first. What is the meaning of life, the bigger picture? Well, this is something we kind of all know based on just common sense and also what we see to be true. And I believe that the purpose of life in general is evolution. So to keep evolving, to keep growing, to keep moving forward. But not just any kind of random evolution. I believe the evolution we're talking about here is an evolution of love. So I think the biggest purpose of life in general is an evolution of love, which means that we teach ourselves and the world around us more and more how to love. We get closer to the more broad energy of love, which can be God, which can be consciousness, which can be anything you want to call it. And yeah, to make that energy of love bigger and bigger and as expansive and expansive, and to have more and more people tune in with that. And I don't know why, but I know intuitively that at the end, it's going to be something amazing. If everyone starts to evolve more and more towards love and everything in the world, then I think, I cannot imagine that it must be anything but just pure beauty and peace and what we all really desire in our hearts. So that is what I believe is the bigger picture of what the meaning of life is, to keep evolving towards love. And we know that this is we intuitively know this is true because in ourselves, in our heart, there is this force driving us to feel an emotion of love, to feel an emotion of happiness. Because if we also look at the energy that can be measured with love, or the opposite of love, which is stress, anxiety, hatred, we see that love is a very building, constructive emotion, and stress is a very destructive, deteriorating emotion. People that are under stress for a long time can actually become ill and sick, and people that are under hatred for a long time, they start to throw wars and destroy things. So in order for the world to evolve, to keep building, constructing, we also need that loving energy. We need that loving emotion, because that is the building force for the evolution towards also the force of love. So to keep that short, the bigger purpose of life is to evolve towards love by using more and more love to heal, to build, and to keep moving forward. That is what we know in our hearts, because when we wake up in the morning, we want to feel good. We want to feel love. We want to feel that connection. When we feel that, we feel in alignment. When we don't feel that, we feel out of alignment. So the alignment is the truth. And when we feel love, we are in that truth. When we don't feel love, we're not at the truth. We're kind of in a hallucination. So how do I translate that into why your specific life matters, why you are so important to be here in that bigger picture, and why the universe just needs you 100% in that whole story? There is no bigger thing without a combination of smaller things. Something big, something all comprehensive only exists because of elements that make that into a bigger picture. And every single human being, every single being on this planet is an element that co-constructs that bigger picture, that bigger life in general. And you are a part of that. You cannot be missed, because you are a necessary element of that bigger picture. Otherwise, you would not be here. And so how do we evolve in a collective way, in a very big way, towards that love, if without these individual aspects doing that for themselves? So your purpose of your life is to be an element, to be an individual in that bigger perspective, evolving towards love. And so how do you do that? How do you fulfill your life's purpose? How do you actually live a meaningful life? The very basic element is something everyone can do, which is to be in a place of love, to exist more in a place of love, with an energy of love, than you exist without love, or with stress, or with anxiety, or with hatred. So to be at peace, to be in love, not with a person, but with life in general, to be in love with yourself, is your life's purpose. Because when you are in this energy of love, you are co-constructing that loving harmony, that loving energy that is making the world heal, that is making the world grow. So just being in a place of love, in an energy of positivity, happiness, love, peace, is the purpose of your life. But it goes one step further. So for the ambitious people that want to take it a little step further, what is an extra part of that? Well, every single individual being, every single element that is a part of this bigger purpose or this bigger picture has gotten different, either first of all, talents, so different things you are good at. And that doesn't mean like special talents or big talents. It just means things you are good at, things you do well. If it's talking to people, if it's gardening, if it's being still, if it's baking, whatever it is, there's something that you can do really well. And the second part is you have certain interests. So you have different interests than someone else. So if you can combine your talents and interests in a way that it makes you feel good, that it makes you feel happy, but most of all, that it serves other people and makes them feel better than without you, then that is the reason why you're here. And that is, as I was saying, the more ambitious kind, but just to be in a place of love is already the purpose you need to fulfill. And I thereby want to completely take away this notion of you need to do big things in order to have a meaningful life. You really do not have to do big things. That's not the reason why you're here. You don't have to earn something. You don't have to earn your reason for living because you do something huge that no one else can do. The reason why you are here is to feel good, to feel love, and to bring more love into this world than when you entered it. And there's a beautiful quote from Maya Angelou kind of picturing that all together. And she said in an Oprah podcast, or she said to Oprah or something, I don't remember, Your legacy is every life you touch. So every life of someone else that you touch, that you bring something into, no matter how big or small that is your legacy. That is what you leave behind in this world. That is that seed of love that you plant that no one else can ever take away. Because that seed that is planted into someone else and also evolves and grows and turns onto someone else. And that is how we build the world. That is how we build the universe. That is how we heal the world from fear, from stress, from anger. And yeah, that is what I want to close it off to. So I hope this provided you with that sense of purpose, sense of meaning, sense of reason for living, because I know a lot of people actually struggle with that. So I want to thank you for watching. Once again, if you're really, really, really struggling with this topic, really struggling with existential anxiety stuff, thoughts, fears, questions, if you're feeling depersonalized, derealized, disconnected from life, disconnected from yourself, please have a look at my course. It's zero risk. It's my only purpose to really help you. That's why it's fully refundable, as I said. You can also message me with any questions you might have. And I just really, truly know in my heart that it's a great course that can help you so, so much. So yeah, I hope you have a great day. I hope you feel more love than you feel fear today. And I want to wish you all the best and to hope to see you in my next video. Bye, sweethearts.